I'd like to be your friend, talking dirty in the background, making all the sex jokes, talking all the smack, and introducing you to a few freaks along the way.
When I play with these nuts, tell them dealers what you hiding in these snug lungs. Always pass the reefer to blood, it runs deeper. Your blood is red, right? Mine's too, but sweeter. Believe me, baby's getting cute in the bleachers. Getting in with the push cheerleaders, the teachers, even busting push through their speakers. Unwrap gravity, measure me in liters. Of pissing on the walls of your preachers and stepping on the soles with the soles of my sneakers. I've got disciples. They my believers. Heart is making boom in the boom of my breast, and I'm getting dead sweaty in the lows of my flesh. I'm finding that my medic's getting hard to digest, but if time is the enemy, I guess I still got friends left. Bend right through the smoky haze of your best life, and hope this bed is just a phase like your ex-wife. Stretch your neck for her cause she needs.
So in this episode, I'll be covering alter egos, sex talk, and art.
Should I tie this up? It'll also be better on my boobs, shame. They're like fighting to get loose here.
Alter egos, because I think sometimes if we have a bit more freedom with our identities, we tend to say funnier things.
What even was that?
Organize a surprise party for him at Roxy's. Because he's working today and tonight.
Nice.
Even though I kind of don't really remember what I'm saying.
But it's like ingrained in you. They do sometimes force us to do stuff. Like I was kind of forced to do music. Like I like it, but not that much.
Yeah.
But then at the end, you kind of choose what you like, though.
Yeah.
I think that, like any artist in anything, often we relate back on ourselves. So things are usually about identity or your own fantasies or your own desires.
Yeah, it's quite busy over here.
I like it. Thank you.
Yeah.
The character of Lady Scully, it's always been easy for me to make this character and give it to the world. And so I think, yeah, that's what social media is. It's just a better avenue for representing the self. That was so fucking wanky. It's the most wanky shit I ever said. I know, and this collection is like crazy.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is so nice. Simple, it's a bit very open and, debate with people, but social media gives us that space to bullshit at times. So I think, to make my confidence a bit more, it's me, but a bit more, it's like me, but on crack, So it's, there are certain elements that I construct a bit stronger than they might be in reality. I'm a big believer of energy. So every day's energy is different. So every day's character is different. I do I do decide on if I'm going to be a bitch today, if I'm going to be that cute little doily artist, I do make decisions for character.
Quite catch me, I'm quick and I'm little. This is energy that you couldn't suck straight from the middle of me. You pretty baby, and I'm sure you're lovely, but this is my world and I won't have it taken from me. I came to crush skulls, to cluster fuck your uncles. These bitches say they see me straight, but they standards double. Then the next time I see you, the struggle won't be subtle. It's best to teach you sooner so you never estimate me under. Pray for the best, but I'm the worst you could expect. I'm in this issue of the heat and you ordered complex. You wanted good weed and I got that bottlenecks to slow you down. You hadn't burned a hole in my bed yet. The only time you use your dicks to get the fucking bed wet. You link the excellence of this to neglect my intellect. And now you'll always be slipping in my footsteps. You'll never get to touch the crown gold on my cute head. You'll never watch me roll another marijuana cigarette. And 5 years from now, wish you'd splurged on that latex. Cause you'll have 5 kids and I'll have paychecks. And I'll be making headlines just for getting undressed.
Sex talk because I like sex, and art because I'm an artist. So I thought I'd put something together for people that are into the same kind of things as me. You see, even though sex is something we face with every day, we hardly talk about it.
It's like one of the most fun things to talk about. Like I had this friend, this Angolan friend that used to always just say, Laura, if sex sells, then sex sells, and people want to buy sex, and so you sell the sex.
There's nothing better. Food and sex.
I do like speaking about sex, sometimes gratuitously. I like to speak about it in the context of relationships and people's dynamics with each other.
But like my mother was just addicted to fruits growing up. So it was just always something that we were surrounded by, like an excess of fruit. There was no money in the house. We wouldn't buy food. My mother would buy a watermelon. She'd be like, fuck y'all, like you're gonna eat watermelon for 2 days. I don't know fucks about anyone. My mother and I are quite similar, and so we fight like people do when they're similar to each other. So we wanted to bond a bit, I think. And so my mother enrolled me in this watercolor class when I was like 14, and then we did it for 4 years together after hours. And then we'd go to this like stupid ass school that I went to, and then we'd listen to lots of Celine Dion and then paint watercolors. And so even though it's a medium that's very much related to little old white ladies, in my opinion, it's watercolors, you know, the elderly and the privileged. But I loved it. I think most of my work actually is about me making something from things people share with me. So it's like contribution-based work, you know? Like I can't be out there having all these orgies and like crazy sexual experiences. It would be a different kind of market research. Oh, and I got all these people's submissions for Ask For What You Want. It's crazy. I find it interesting that like a lot of people, they do confess like sexual stuff, but then some people, depending on the questions I ask, they actually confess like quite hectic stuff. But everybody's just like, I want to be happy. I want to know that I'm young. I beat myself up about everything every day because I suck. I want to trust. I can't just sleep all day. I want to be in America. I want to work for BET. I want to be beyond amazing at what I do. I want people to be calling me at work to work with them. I want to be happy. It's so hard. It's so lol. But every day I'm trying a little harder. But trying is not good enough. Get over yourself, bitch. That was part of the title I did. Get over your fucking self.
For most of 2014, I had this thing called Kiss and Tell with Lady Kollie. It was very unprepped, you know, my voice was shaky, being a shaky warrior, and it was very stressful. But this time, I'm gonna give it to you slow and easy. Even though it was a long 12 months, a long expanse of freaks like doulas, that's a midwife for the global listeners, strippers, polyamorists, sex columnists, professional Tinder daters. I think I had a few performance artists, rappers that rapped about sex. I had a catfishing extraordinaire, and then also penis power reviews.
I was kind of giving everybody a little bit of a run up because, you know, last year it was 2014 and we had this very live situation to deal with, you know.
Yeah.
Stuff was live. Like, it was hard on us.
No, it was hard. Life is hard.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, like, what it
Life and live.
Life and live, yeah. No, they're both synonymous with one another.
Like, many times I'd just be unprepared and go, oh my God, Asher, are you available now? And he'd be like, oh God, what now? But the amazing thing about talking about sex is that it's an unlimited fountain of youth.
Yeah, I agree, and I also feel like people don't realize that, you know, when you and I are talking on here, even when it is live, or when like you and I are just talking now, I mean, if you took away these microphones, this is exactly still the same conversation we would be having. I mean, you'd probably even introduce me the way you did when I came to visit you, you know, like that's just the kind of people we are.
This has been Lady Kollie on Kiss and Tell. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. I'm not coming to your party because your party sucks. I'm better off here at home alone in my bathtub, looking at these pictures of myself looking fucked up. Are you fucked enough? Get the fuck up. Boys, hands up, and girls, rub your jugs. But boys, stand back and don't you fucking touch us. We're untouchable, our blood runs through our veins like you the same blood, but bitter tasting. You'll catch on sooner or later. You see me sweating, glowing like an atom bomb, because that sweat is the movement, the constant. Better yet, it's the movement that I wanted. The second coming out, the first wave of bombs bombed. I'm on it, don't concern yourself, I've got this shit conquered. I was born in the darkness, and I'm just being honest. And I'm just being honest. And I'm just being honest.